We welcome this opportunity provided for discussing our foreign policy and also the working of the Ministry of External Affairs. A truncated discussion took place in the other house yesterday. We look forward to a fuller debate here, as he was good enough in this statesman-like manner. Since 1947, there has been a broad national consensus on our foreign policy, not only in the House, not only in Parliament, but in the country as a whole. This does not mean that we have been following a static or an inactive foreign policy, because unless any foreign policy establishment keeps itself abreast of a dynamics of international life, the ever changing dynamics of international life, and objectively analyze them, it is likely to fall behind times and will not be able to meet the challenges of the present day world. As the observed radical changes have taken place in the international scene in the last 2 years or so, if we were to look at the world as it was in, say, 1985 or 1986, we would find that all the tensions or 1986 regional conflicts, failure of disarmament talks had become a permanent feature of international life, and certain positions adopted by the superpowers and by other countries had become almost frozen. There was a reflex response on any particular given situation. Now we find that in the last 2.5 years there has been unrecognizable, almost inconceivable change in the international scene. How has this come about, and what role have we as a country played in the new atmosphere of new thinking, new approaches, new formulas? How are we meeting these challenges? This is mainly due to the fact that the two countries, the Soviet Union and the United States, have come to have a relationship which did not exist ever since the establishment of the Soviet Union and the recognition of the Soviet Union by the United States in 1933. In the last 2.5 years, before Mr. Reagan handed over to Mr. Bush, he and Mr. Gorbachev have met 5 times. This was unprecedented because certain initiatives were undertaken by the Soviet Union and they were responded to by the United States. It was possible diffuse tensions. The INF Treaty was signed.